Hello again, and great job to those who created the first page of our Girl Scouts flyer. Today we are going to create the second and the third pages. I am going to change the view and rotate it clockwise, so these pages are standing up. For some reason the first one is in a different direction. Either way, first I'm going to show you how to create this and then the last page. Now you need to plan with every flyer. When you decide what the design will be or when you want to copy a design, first you need to do some planning. When you look at this, you have to decide what types of elements you're going to insert. So I'm going to use only text boxes. Even the pictures will go into a text box because otherwise they get moved all over the page. So everything is a text box. I am going to go to paint because I can draw there, and I am going to draw on top of this so you can see what I mean. So this here will be a text box. The picture will go into a text box. Oopsie. Let me get something a bit thinner. This here is a text box. This here is also a text box, and so on. So it's a bunch of text boxes, and I will not worry about having these small pointers. It will be just straight text boxes which I'm going to create. I'm not going to circle all of them because it's pretty hard to draw on the computer. Going back to the first page that I created, this is the brochure that you created last week. Now I will scroll to the second page, click that the cursor is here, and I'm going to have this on the left side so I can look at it. I will resize it. Actually, I will snap it on the left so it fits right away. I will start inserting text boxes. I will have to draw quite a few of them, but it's not going to take that long. So at the top there is a little bit of green. There is white on the side here. I'm not going to worry about this. You can add a text box that's white all over if you want to, but it will be way too many text boxes. So let's see what it looks like without adding that extra text box on the back to make it white. So here will be the picture. Here for the text, I'm going to add another text box. You have to click on another place. It should not be inside the text box, but outside of it. So you see the cursor is outside. Then go again to text boxes and draw a text box. It's about in the middle of the page and goes about halfway down. Now, if you have lots and lots of text boxes, you can actually copy one text box. To show you how to copy again, to do a quick review of copy, especially that we have not done it with text boxes. First, you have to select it, so you just click on the text box. Then you click copy over here. Then click somewhere on the page where you want the new text box to appear and click paste. It never goes exactly where your cursor is, but you can move it just like this. Grab it and then move it down. And now I have these text boxes, so I'm going to draw again a smaller text box. You can always resize them if it turns out that it's not quite aligned. Again, I have to click outside of the text box to insert a new one. Otherwise, you may not be able to insert a text box because Word thinks that you're trying to create a text box inside the other text box, which is not allowed usually. Alright, so here is a smaller text box and a bigger text box. This one is very close to the one on top, so I will expand it a little bit. From these handles or squares and circles, you can make them bigger, smaller. When you go to the border, you can press and hold your mouse button and move them however you want. Now on the bottom, I think I'll need the same size text boxes. These two seem to be the same as these two. So I'm going to copy again. Now this time I will copy both of them at the same time. So I will select the first one. To select the second one, press and hold the Control key and click on the second one. With Control, you can select multiple items. It's the same with text. So again, the steps for copying: first select, second click on the copy button, third move the cursor where you want it to be, fourth click above paste. There they are. Let's see if they both will move. Yes. It's possible that they would not move together, and then you just have to move them one by one. Alright, so these are all the text boxes for this page. I am not going to do everything. I am not going to type the text, but I will show you how to color these and how to insert one of the pictures. To change any settings, which means color, shape, and so on any text box or anything else that you have inserted, you have to click on it first, or you have to select it. So you see that this big cursor is behind the text box. It's not inside it. When you click on the text box, these blue lines appear on the side. The circles and the squares, which are called handles. So that shows you that it has been selected. And now you can work with the text box. The tools for the text box are on the very end, the very last menu that appears only when you have clicked on the text box. That's called the contextual menu. Now from here, you can choose something that's already preset, like this one, or you can choose how to design it exactly from here. This is the fill color, which is what's inside. I don't have bright pink here. I can make it from over here, more fill colors. Where is pink? No, it's right here. You can just move whatever you want, however dark or light you want it, and then click OK, and this will change the color. I already showed you that you have to change the color of the text from the home menu. I showed you this last time. But either way, when you have selected the whole text box and you click on the white color for the font, here is white. Even if you have not yet typed anything, it changes to white. So when you type afterwards, it's already white. Right now it's really small because I have not made it bigger. Now if I want to make it this big as the sample, I can either click on the box and this selects everything that's in the text box. And here I can make it to, I think 28 would be good. It doesn't have to be so big. Or I can select the text just as we were practicing at the beginning of the semester. You select the text and then you change anything you want from here, from the font section. Now the next one, the next box would be changed the same way. Notice I'm leaving the white border because we have a green background here, so it's not going to look very good without a white border. Plus, if we leave these white, these will match with that one, so that's better. All right, our next box, again, I'm clicking on the box, on the text box inside. Then I'm clicking on format, and let me see if there is one here that's orange. I think this one will do. So again, these are the styles that are already preset. When you click here, you can see all of them, and there are quite a few, so you may be able to use them. You can do something more fancy even. These have different colors. It's called gradient colors. Basically, they are lighter and darker. You could have something like this, which is just a bit lighter in the center, and so on. You can have them stand out, by the way. There are 3D effects and whatnot. Here are shapes. There are so many things you can do with text boxes. So you can choose. See, from here I can choose how thick my border is. You can choose all kinds of things from the menus over here. Play with the menus. It's actually pretty fun. It could take you a while to design something. See, you can have something looking like one of these. All right. I actually don't like this so much. I will undo. Remember your best friend, the undo button. And I will go to this. Let me just insert the picture at the top to be sure that you can do this. And then we are done with this page. I do not have the online pictures over here, as you know, so I'm just going to insert a random picture that I have. I will go to my pictures. You guys can do the online pictures just as I have shown you. And when you choose it, when you select it, you click on insert. All right, so if this is not big enough, you can make it bigger. The text box will cut whatever is not within the text box. So right now it's cutting the rest of the picture and it's not going to be visible on the page. This is one of the benefits of using text boxes. Now the last part is creating this text. It will be pretty hard to put it on top of the picture. I can tell you from using Microsoft Word for a while, because it's not made to create flyers. So something that's sophisticated is going to make things move around. Most likely the text boxes are going to move down or to the side. One way to do it is to create another text box. You can insert another text box on top of these text boxes. Then for that new text box, you have to make sure it's at the very front. So you click on bring to front. And then you have to make the background invisible, the border invisible, and type the text inside. Another way is to just type it into the document on the background. Do you see where the cursor is? And move the boxes a little bit so it's visible. So first I'm going to type it, and you'll see that it's not in the right place. Then I'm going to move my text box further up so I have space, and I'm going to change the size of this so it fits in between the text boxes. Right now the size is 72. I can try with a 36 or 48 maybe. Let's say 48. I still see that it's on top of some boxes. I will have to make the upper line, the row before it, a bit smaller so it moves up. Something like this. You can change the color. You can move it to the center and you're done.